This is Angela Pavlidis, and I like doggies. Woof, woof.
Welcome to 5 Minutes with Dad, starring Pavlos and Angela Pavlidis, where you get to spend a few minutes with the smartest and coolest kids in the whole world, and their dad, too. And now, here are your hosts, Pavlos, Angela, and Nick Pavlidis.
Hey everybody, this is Nick Pavlidis, and thank you so much for being here for another episode of 5 Minutes with Dad. This is the podcast where you get to listen in on a little father-son or daddy-daughter time with me, my 7-year-old son Pavlos, or my 4-year-old daughter Angela. Before I play today's episode, I want to mention something that's kind of new for this show because we do have some sponsors for the show. It's typically Audible. If you go to audibletrial.com/Nick, that's a place where you, if you're not a member, can get a free audiobook and a free 30-day trial to Audible, and my book, Confessions of a Terrible Husband, is there, read by me. So if you want to get my book for free, just head on over there and do it. But what we have new is we have a new sponsor who is a friend of mine for years, and he approached me, and I reached out to him over sort of podcasting. He's a podcaster, but he is also a travel agent for exclusively for Disney properties. So his site, if you go to 5minuteswithdad.com/Disney, he has a Facebook page up. That'll bring you to his Facebook page. You can get in touch with him. And the cool thing about it is, and I hadn't used a travel agent in years, but I have so many friends who have used David. His name's David Dollar, and his Facebook page is Disney on a Dollar, and we're so happy with him. And apparently it costs you absolutely nothing, but he's crazy about Disney, and he knows the parks. He knows how to plan something that's ideal for you, and it doesn't cost you any more. In fact, he is known to save tons of money. He's very responsive to messages. So check it out. If you do have a plan to go to Disney anytime soon, give him a call, and he can look into how to save you money and everything, and it won't cost you a thing. He gets paid exclusively by processing the transactions for Disney. So it's pretty awesome. So check it out. 5minuteswithdad.com/Disney. And thanks, David, for being a sponsor, a new sponsor for our show. All right, so now I want to talk about the resource of the week. The resource of the week is a book that Pavlos loves for me to read before bed, and it's a simple rhyming reader book, level 1, and it is about baseball. It's about Disney, which is kind of a tie-in here, and it is only $3.99 on Amazon with Prime shipping to ship it to your house. You can have it in 2 days, so it's pretty awesome. So if you want to pick it up, it's called Mickey and Friends Goofy at Bat, a rhyming reader. It's baseball season. Goofy can't wait to try out for the team, but he had no idea how to play baseball. So Pavlos was just learning baseball, or has played a few years, but is still just learning baseball. So he had a lot of fun with watching Goofy learn how to play, learn how to bat, learn how to run the bases and catch. So check it out, 5minuteswithdad.com/Goofy. Enjoy the show. Who's ready for an awesome episode of 5 Minutes with Dad?
Me!
Yes, I'm here with Pavlos Pavlidis, and today we are going to talk about consistency. Pavlos, do you know what consistency is?
What is consistency?
Consistency is a word that means you do something over and over and over again. It's almost
like try and try again?
Yes. It's almost like practice. Remember when we talk about how to get really good at something? What do I tell you is a way to get really good at anything you want?
Try again.
Yep. And you try over how long?
Almost 100 times.
Yes. I say the key to getting good at anything is to practice a lot, but don't just practice on one day. Practice on different days, right?
Yeah. I practiced on one day once, though, on making paper airplanes, and I still know how to make them.
That's right. But you've made paper airplanes over a number of different days, right?
Yeah.
You took a bunch of paper and made a lot of paper airplanes on the first day, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I had like a whole box full.
Yes, and you got...
And then when I was making forts and stuff, I have a whole bag full.
Yes. You made so many paper airplanes that they fly all the way across the room, right?
Mm-hmm.
But the first paper airplane you made, how far did it fly?
Nowhere.
And the second paper airplane you made, how far did it fly?
Nowhere.
What about the 20th?
Almost hitting the TV.
And what about the 50th?
I didn't make 50.
You made like 100.
Oh, yeah. The 50th.
You don't know exactly how far, but probably
Yeah.
farther than 20, right?
No, I know how far. It almost hit the TV, but it took a turn and then went straight again.
Yeah.
And then I opened the door opened the garage and it flew and then landed on the driveway.
We had a lot
And
of...
then the 100th flew past the driveway and onto our yard.
Yeah, we went outside and we threw some paper airplanes. We threw some in the house. And Pavlos made so many paper airplanes that on the first day he got pretty good at it. But then he waited a couple of days and made some more paper airplanes. And the first paper airplane he made on the second day was even better than a lot of the paper airplanes that he made the first day, because he paused and then he tried it, started up again, and then he made them again more and more. And you made paper airplanes every few days for a long time until you became really, really good at paper airplanes, huh?
Mm-hmm. And forts and stuff, but I forget how to make them.
Yeah, because you haven't been consistent with making forts. You only made forts a couple times, right?
Yeah, because I forgot how to make them because I don't have the paper control thingy.
Yes. So that's a great point, because do you know why consistency is so important to getting good at stuff?
Why?
Because it teaches you how to do it over and over again. Because sometimes you forget a little bit after a couple of days or after a couple of weeks, but then you learn it all over again, and your body and your brain get used to that thing again. So you reteach yourself, and every time you say something, you do something over and over again, it puts it deeper and deeper in your brain so you can remember. All right, we're back. We just paused for a second because Pavlos reminded me that when he was saying the forts and stuff, I thought he meant forts that he made. He meant the fortune tellers, right?
Yeah.
Yes, Pavlos makes those little fortune tellers, but he hasn't made them in a long time. So if he wants to do them, we got to do it consistently again, right?
Yeah.
Yep, and I can teach you the fold to make them, and inside them we put really fun things. Do you remember some of the things that we put in our fortune?
The one you wrote was my favorite. I brought it to Nanny's once.
Yeah, what was in there? Do you remember?
It was funny stuff.
Yeah, I said you will be a leader, right?
Yeah, you will go to a party, you will something.
Yeah, we had a lot of fun with those little fortune tellers, and people would pick numbers and then colors, and then they would get a fun little saying. So, yes, so we have a lot of fun.
And lots of people got the birthday.
Yes, you will go to a birthday party, right? And eat some cake, right?
Yeah, and everybody were like, yours us when they got them.
Yes. All right. So, Pavlos, consistency, we talked about, is the way to get good at stuff. We say we practice a lot. We practice over a number of different days, and we got to do things consistently. So, Pavlos, what do you think would happen if every day for the next year you jump roped?
I am already really good. I jumped rope 1,000 times in a day.
Yes, but do you think you'd be able to do jump rope tricks?
Maybe.
Yeah, if you practiced over and over again for a long time. What do you think you would do if for the next 100 days you were grumpy? You think you'd be a happy guy or a grumpy guy?
Grumpy.
What do you think you would do if for the next 100 days, like we talked about on the other episode, you smiled all day?
Smiling.
What do you think the world would be like if for the next 100 days, everybody was nice to each other? Everybody nice. You think it'd be a happy place to be, or you think it'd be a sad place to be?
A very, 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 very happy.
Yes. And all of that are examples.
Happier than I could jump rope.
Yes, happier than you can jump rope. So those are examples of being consistent, doing the same thing over and over and over again, gets you more and more and more and better and better and better of all of the good stuff that you're learning, right? And if you're consistently grumpy, you're going to get grumpier. If you're consistently practicing something, you're going to get really good at it.
Well, so if I'm trying to practice to be grumpy, will I get grumpier?
Yeah, do you want to get grumpier, or do you have more fun when you're not grumpy?
I have more fun when I'm not grumpy. Then
Yeah.
why did you say if I was consistent grumpy, being grumpy? Why did you say that?
That's an awesome question, Pavlos. Do you know why I didn't just use all happy things and I said grumpy? It's to make the point that consistency, when you're consistent at something, you're just going to get more of that. So if you're consistent at really fun stuff or at sports or at reading or at speaking or at helping, you're going to get.
Max is consistent.
Yes. If Max is consistent at reading, on writing, yep, you're getting really.
No. Reading, writing, and talking.
Yes. So the point is, and go ahead.
He doesn't say PJ Masks. He says DJ Masks, which is really PJ Masks.
Yep, he's learning, and the more he says it, the more he learns, and the better he gets at it. So, Pavlos, the reason that I made a point to not just use happy, fun stuff is because consistency. You're going to get more of whatever you do. So if you do happy, good, nice things, you're going to get happier, better, and nicer. If you do grumpy things, or if you're consistently eating junk food, do you think you're going to get healthier or less healthy?
Less healthy.
Yes. If you're consistently running, you think you're going to get faster or slower?
Faster, and if I'm walking, I'll get faster.
Yep. If you're consistently sitting on the couch?
If I'm walking, I'll get faster, and if I'm running, I'll get slower.
Nah, you're being silly. If you're sitting on the couch, you think you're going to get faster or slower?
Faster.
You being silly?
Yeah.
Yeah. What if you...
Slower.
Yes, slower. If you are consistently doing push-ups, you think you're going to get stronger or weaker?
Both.
Both? How will you get both?
You'll get a little weaker, and then you'll get all of it back.
Oh, yes. You'll get tired from doing the push-ups, but then you're going to get stronger, right?
Yeah.
Yes. All right, Pavlos, that was awesome. We just had a really great conversation, and you asked such awesome questions. So now everybody knows that consistency has nothing to do with good or bad. It has to do with more. So and more and more and more and more. So if you're consistently eating healthy food, you're consistently exercising, you're consistently being nice, you're going to get healthier, faster, stronger, and nicer, and the world around you is going to be awesome. If you're consistently being grumpy, eating junk food, or sitting on the couch, you're going to get slower, unhealthier, and you're going to be grumpier. Tell everybody, let's be consistent doing really awesome stuff, right?
Yes.
Tell everybody, thank you for listening to 5 Minutes with Dad.
Thank you for listening to 5 Minutes with Pavlos.
Hey!
Pavlos.
So there you have it. Another episode of 5 Minutes with Dad in the books. Thanks again, David Dollar, Disney on a Dollar, 5minuteswithdad.com/Disney if you want expert help that will cost you $0 next time you go to Disney. Check him out. Check out his Facebook page. 5minuteswithdad.com/Disney will bring you right there. And don't forget the resource of the week. Mickey and Friends, Goofy at Bat, Rhyming Reader, Baseball, Learning How to Play. It is a fun read with the kids at 5minuteswithdad.com/Goofy. We'll see you next time.
Thank you for listening to 5 Minutes with Dad. To connect with Pavlos, Angela, and Nick, subscribe to the 5 Minutes with Dad newsletter at 5minuteswithdad.com.